Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, we're covering communication skills for you to level up your confidence, charisma, and personal brand. Today's episode is going to discuss 5 reasons as to why you're shy. And if you stick around long enough, I may even give you one more bonus reason. Shyness is a lot like a dirty plate, meaning that let's say you're trying to discipline a little kid and you want them to clean a plate. They see the plate in the sink and it's extremely dirty. Now, if you tell this kid that at a natural level, this plate is dirty and they can't do anything about it, do you think this little kid is going to want to clean the plate? Of course not. Why bother? At a natural level, the plate is dirty and I can't do anything about it. But flip that. Let's say you tell this little kid that at a natural level, the plate is clean, but it's temporarily dirty because they've been eating too much Popeyes, KFC, Pizza Hut on it. Do you think this kid is now going to do something about cleaning the plate? Of course, because they understand that by scrubbing the plate with some Lysol, that there's going to be a reward, a clean plate. And that's just like with shyness. At a core level, we are all clean plates. We are creatures that like to speak. And whenever we're shy, it's something unnatural that's happening. And if you don't believe me where I say that we're creatures that like to speak, look up a kid that is first learning language. I mean, they're just talking non-stop, tattling on everyone, telling too much jokes, asking too many questions that we don't know the answer to. I liked you better when you couldn't speak. Nah, I'm just kidding. But you get the point. As a little kid, we're very talkative, yet at certain points in our lives, something happened which is causing us to inhibit ourselves, to speak less, to be shy. And in today's video, I'm just going to give you a few reasons as to why that is. And I just want you to know that I'm scratching the surface. There's a lot more reasons over 5 reasons. And if this video can get 10 likes, I'll drop a part 2 with another 5 reasons. And if that video gets 10 likes, I'll drop another part with 5 more reasons. Point being, there's plenty of reasons as to why someone can be shy, and this video is just scratching the surface. But without further ado, let's begin with reason number 1. The first reason is that something from your childhood has impacted you to a point where now it's influencing your adulthood. Now, this is very general, so let's just keep making it more and more specific. More specifically in your childhood from ages 0 to 7. It's been studied that from ages 0 to 7, that's when the subconscious mind is most sponge-like. It's absorbing as much as it can from ages 0 to 7. So you want to ask yourself, did anything out of the ordinary happen during this period? A few things that you can look out for is, let's say you have an older brother or sister who used to speak up for you a lot. Since they spoke up for you so much, you felt more passive, more laid back. This moment can be influencing you nowadays. Big bro and big sis ain't always with you. And if you're not speaking up for yourself, they sure as hell aren't, because now you're growing up. That could be a reason. Another reason from your childhood could be because you grew up in a pretty quiet household. Your parents were shy, your grandparents were shy, your house guests were shy, they didn't talk too much. And overall, this is how your viewing interactions should be. That could be a possible reason. Another reason could be that you were bullied as a little kid. Others used to interrupt you a lot. I could go on and on, but it's something from ages 0 to 7 that you want to look out for that seems out of the ordinary. That's reason number 1. Reason 2 is that you're learning a new language. Whenever you're learning a new language, you're not just learning new words. You're also learning new concepts, new principles, new paradigms of viewing life, which isn't easy. It takes work. And as you're making the adjustment, you may notice that there's certain people that can't fully understand you. They ask you to repeat yourself more, but they do it in a polite way. While some people are extremely rude. They say, "Man, speak English, man, I can't understand you." They say it in an extremely rude way. Yet, this is the person that's sticking out to you the most, and you don't want to offend more people like this. One thing that you want to understand is that in any context of life, there's always going to be bad people that emerge. If you are someone that's struggling from an accent, there's maybe one to a couple of people that act like this, but that's not the norm. For the most part, a lot of people are understanding and they're extremely accommodating. You want to make sure that you're doing your best to enunciate. You don't want to kill the accent, you just want to reduce it. And if you want a video on accent reduction, you can check out this video right here or in the description box, depending on which device you're watching from. But you'll notice that you may be two completely different personality types depending on the language that you're speaking. So let's say at a core level, your language of choice is Spanish, and you're extremely talkative with Spanish because you feel comfortable. You like that language, you've been speaking it your entire life. And now you're coming to the US where you're having to change up your tones. You could be an extremely talkative personality with Spanish, but you may be a shy personality with English. Seen it happen many times, and it happens. So instead of trying to kill your accent, just reduce it a little bit more and understand that most people are accommodating, especially as you're trying to learn. That's reason number 2. Reason 3 is that you're not necessarily shy, you're actually quiet. Big difference. And if you can't tell the difference between the two, then you're going to be creating a lot of problems for yourself that don't exist. Because shyness is when you're feeling self-conscious to speak up, and quiet is where you're not feeling self-conscious, you just don't have that much to say. And I noticed this a couple of months ago where I was working with a client and I was helping him launch his own YouTube channel. And one of the assignments that I gave him was, give me a 5-minute video talking about this topic. Well, our next meeting, he came back with a 2-minute video. I was like, dude, I told you to do 5 minutes. It's like, yo, Armani, I tried my best, but I just couldn't speak for that long. Now, this was completely different than what I normally experience. Most of my clients have the exact opposite problem. I tell them to do a 5-minute video, and they give me a 15-minute video. They can't shut the fuck up, while this guy can't speak more. So I asked him, how's your personal life? Do you speak up a lot in your personal life? And that's when he said, well, I can, but I just don't have that much to say. If it could be said with 5 words, why use 50? Now, this is great, but this is an example of a person who's quiet. He's not shy. He can speak up if he needs to. He doesn't feel self-conscious, yet he doesn't have that much to say. So you may actually be quiet, but not shy. Now, is being quiet bad? Just like anything in life, it depends on the context. If you're listening to someone, you want to be quiet. You don't want to be talking nonstop. You'll notice a lot of charismatic people don't necessarily say a lot, but when they do, their words hold volumes. So this is a good context of being quiet as a good thing. But if you're someone that has to promote yourself, you are, say, a consultant, a coach, and you're going to different networking events and people are asking you what you do, and you're being quiet, then let's use some common sense. That's not the best use of your opportunity. But the reason number 3 is that you are not shy, you are quiet. Reason 4 is that you are at this point in your life where you keep waiting for the perfect opportunities. You keep waiting for the perfect time to speak in a conversation. Where one thing that you want to realize is that there's never a perfect time to speak in a conversation. There's bad times to speak in a conversation, but there's no perfect times. Bad times to speak in a conversation is when someone else is talking. I think this is a good indication of when you shouldn't be talking, you should be listening. So if you're someone who has a problem with overthinking, looking for the perfect time to speak, instead of looking for the perfect time to speak, look for moments where it's a bad time to speak and don't speak, and then the good moments will just present itself. Because you want to realize this, if you're someone that's always looking for the perfect time and you end up not saying anything in that conversation, your effects don't just end in that conversation. It carries on to the next conversation where once again, you're looking for the perfect time to speak. But this time, another problem that you're suffering from is, what if like last time I don't say anything? And now you're just worrying more and more and more. Don't do that. Just spot bad times to speak. Don't speak in those moments, and the good times will present itself. And the fifth one, this one is where you, at this point in your life, you haven't been shy, yet something has happened that has caused you to change your personality. I have a friend that used to be extremely charismatic, charming in college. He knew everyone, was extremely popular. And somewhere after undergrad, he got in a car accident. And after getting in this car accident, he wasn't able to go to the gym, he overate, and he didn't talk to people for a long, long time. Well, since then, every time I see this person, he's shyer, he's more self-conscious, he's gained a lot of weight. Anytime you make eye contact with him, he looks down, he looks at the floor, touches his neck, is scared to speak to other people. This is a person that has been talkative their entire life. Yet after a very traumatic moment and that trauma being extended, that's when the personality shifted towards shyness. So you just want to see if this is a problem that you're going through. Were you talkative earlier on in your life? Did something big happen? Spot that big moment and try to come into terms with it. So these are the 5 reasons. And I told you if you stayed along long enough, I was going to give you one more bonus reason. And here it goes. The bonus reason is that you think it's rude to speak up. Now, this may seem extremely weird. Why would it be rude for someone to speak up? I know, it's weird. Yet, there's a lot of shy people that go through this. They feel as though that if they do speak up, then they're taking away someone's opportunity. They're putting too much spotlight on them, and that's not how you should behave. The reason that this is happening is because for the longest time, this shy person has created the identity of being shy. And now that they're speaking up, they're disrupting that old identity. And it's the subconscious mind that's trying to pull them back. And it's trying to pull them back by creating this imagination of an excuse. You're being rude, talk less. So that's the bonus reason as to why you're shy. Just know that if you're not over talking, you're adding value to the conversation in some way with information, humor, listening. It's not rude. It's actually necessary to speak up. So there you have it. 5 reasons plus 1 bonus reason as to why you're shy. If you want to do anything about it, I made a video a while back on how to overcome shyness. I'll drop the links right here and right here. And just ask yourself, did any of these 5 reasons stick out to you? Because if it did, then you want to look into these moments and you want to do something about it if shyness is bothering you. Shyness is what I call the silent killer because it's something that is just subtly taking away opportunities from you, where people who you think are less qualified are just raising their hand, talking, asking questions, speaking up, while you, someone much, much more qualified, is having opportunities stripped away from them. You don't want that. You worked hard, which is why you want that hard work to be known with your communication skills. Now, with that being said, do something about this issue and clean your plate. At a core level, the plate is clean. It's not dirty. So just keep scrubbing it with a Lysol, keep scrubbing it with more social intelligence, and keep scrubbing it with more insights in the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. Thank you for joining today's episode, and I appreciate you. If today's video helped you, be sure to share this on your social media of choice, and I'll catch you next time.